Hey, Nelson, alcoholic addict. It's not my real name. I use a pen name here for my newsletter. As I write this, a hurricane is bearing down on New England, and the town I live in looks like it will be hit very hard. And so I spent Saturday evening hustling around our backyard, putting stuff in the garage, and took about an hour of really hard work. And I was moaning and groaning the whole time about Hurricane Henry. And then I stood back and I stared into the mountain of crap I had just packed into the garage, and I realized that I was probably going to be the one that had to unpack it again in a few days. I was just thinking, great. But toward the end, I got done, I came in, I had dinner, and as I sat there, I thought about, what a gift it is that my family could rely on me during a hurricane now or some other emergency. It's only because I'm sober. Any emergency type situation over the past 12 plus years, I was there. I was sober, and we've had a few. Two of my kids fainted and had to be rushed to the hospital. Ended up being no big deal, but I was there. My wife had our third child during my sobriety, and it was my first childbirth where I was sober. And there have been quite a few other storms, thunderstorms, hurricanes, snowstorms, where, the past 12 years, it's been nice to have me not drunk in case anything went haywire. And that sounds like a really low bar, doesn't it? I wonder if Dad is functional today. But it's also entirely how things did not used to be, when I was active. For two of my wife's childbirths, I was obliterated in the delivery room. For the second one, I was in that last year of addiction where I could have died on almost any single day. I was mixing pills and alcohol in a way that just even a pharmacy expert would never dare try, and I was doing it every day. And so I was there. It was the last year in 2008 there where it was to the point where I was either going to die or get help. There was almost no middle ground. So during that childbirth, I was, my wife's in labor, and I'm barely able to speak or stand up. And I spent most of her delivery in the bathroom, puking in the sink. Imagine having to rely on that guy for anything. Jeez. I was also a constant source of complication for everybody around me. Some days I complained of extreme foot pain. Some days I complained that the medication I was on was making me sick, so I needed to lay in bed all day. And I had regular injuries involving my feet. Some were real, some were fake, some were a combination of real and fake. I know the lying was exhausting and tiresome for me. I can't even fathom how it felt to be on the other side of that. Just, oof. But my life is different now. If one of my kids passes out or someone finds a spider in their bedroom or a hurricane is coming, I can be counted on. Yeah, I'll whine and moan and groan and try to get out of carrying stuff into the garage for a few minutes, but eventually I'll do it, and I'll be glad that I did it, and then I'll also be glad that I did not end the night puking in a sink when you needed my help. So thanks for letting me share.